Good morning, Terry. Thank you for stopping by from work on your way to your next job to talk about Methylene Blue and how the last 2 weeks have been going for you. So it's been about 45 days approximately, but who's counting, since you started Methylene Blue, and you've been taking it consistently 2 times a day, about 15 drops at each time with ascorbic acid. And so that's working out for you dose-wise. How are your symptoms from rheumatoid arthritis doing at this point?
It's been a roller coaster ride. You know, when you take something, you wonder how long you should wait before you expect to get the results. And it's hard to be patient because I had to stop all my other supplements so I didn't get confused. First 30 days, I think I was better, but it wasn't earth-shattering. The last few weeks, things have changed, and the last couple of days have been a monumental change in the fact that a lot of the symptoms have significantly reduced. I'm optimistic, and I'm hoping it's not just an up and back, because arthritis has a tendency to have flares, and I'm hoping that it's permanent. Methylene Blue is easy to take. It's kind of a routine ritual now, so it's not hard to do, and I've kind of adapted to being part of my life. And I'm hoping, and so far I feel convinced that Methylene Blue has had an impact on my health.
Yeah, and so what have you noticed in the last couple days about your exercise? I know you just came back from a vacation and travel and got back into a routine with a lot of heavy work and a lot of heat here in Warner Springs.
Well, it's been a change. I think the change has been significant the last 48 to 72 hours. It's almost like the relief was almost like taking aspirin and having a headache subside. Just suddenly one afternoon things lifted, and I was suddenly more comfortable, and I realized I was walking without effort. I was getting out of a chair without thinking about it. It was kind of a shock, and it was sort of like a miracle, like, wow, this finally happened. So I'm optimistic this is what's happening, but it has been a significant change. I think when taking things like this, you've got to be patient. If you learn anything, give yourself at least 90 days before you can evaluate something.
Well, on the trail today, we talked about the fact that, as we know, methylene blue is a salt, and therefore it has an electrolyte effect. The scientists are saying on YouTube videos that we've watched that it changes the electron composition of molecules. So you've also tried at the same time in the last 4 days taking another electrolyte, sea salt. So what have you noticed, and do you think that these two things work together synergistically, or that you might be seeing a long-term effect of methylene blue? What are your own feelings about it?
Well, maybe methylene blue needed a little kick, because the salt, which is pretty easy to take, a pinch of salt in the morning in warm water, which was recommended by Dr. Berg, it seemed to accelerate or enhance the methylene blue, at least from my observation. Nothing scientific, it's just the salt seemed to make the change. And if that's the change, then that's great. I'll be taking salt the rest of my life.
Okay, Terry. And so what are we looking for from here on out?
Well, I'd like to have total remission and not have arthritis at all, where I don't even think about it. So I'm halfway there at least. And that would be a great miracle, since I'll be 75 in a few weeks. To have better health at this point than I've had before, that's a great testament to the product itself.
Well, this is great news, and nice to hear that you're getting a respite from some of those symptoms. And I know everyone who sees this YouTube video will hope that it keeps up for you, and that they might actually be able to feel confident in just doing their own experiment if that's what they decide they want to do.
And they can also feel free to make comments. Be happy to share their comments and questions. I'm just an ordinary guy. I'm not pushing any product. I'm not a medical background. I'm just experimenting with what appears to be working.
Yes, we'd definitely love to hear any comments and put them in our site. Also, before we might actually consider moving to Terry's own site and being able to talk with him directly, he will get all of the comments that you submit and answer any questions that you have. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow, I hope.